All right, shalom to the elect of Israel. First, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wahar, Rakah, Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. All right, this is going to be a lesson basically going into the dark times ahead, man. You know, because there's going to be some dark times in this earth. All right, a lot of judgments, people mourning, and hey, the Lord is bringing it all, okay? Because this world is in wickedness. You got a lot of people that are doing wickedness on the earth. So the Lord is going to bring a complete collapse and breakdown of this whole wicked system, man. All right, especially America, which is Babylon, all right, which is going to be destroyed, all right, by fire. Right. So in these last days, there's going to be great judgments, man. So I want to read Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, is darkness and not light." All right. So it says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord," because you have a lot of people, they don't understand what is actually going to happen in the day of the Lord. They actually don't understand how, how much judgment and darkness is going to be on the earth. Okay. Because a lot of people are going to be judged. A lot of people think that, the Lord is coming back just to give everybody hugs and cake, but it's not going to be like that. Okay. Because the Lord is coming to bring judgment and punishment, for those that are wicked, which is most of this earth. Most people on this earth are doing wickedness. Okay. They don't want to accept the truth of the Lord. They don't want to hear the word of the Bible. They're scoffing or they're mocking the Lord's prophets. They don't want to accept the Lord's color being a so-called black man, the truth of the Holy Bible, and all these things. They're holding on to the ways of this world, which is wickedness. So that's why the day of the Lord is going to be darkness, man. Most people, they're going to be going through great punishments. A lot of people are going to be put down, man. And the Lord is the one that's bringing it. Okay, now look, it says, "As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?" So that doesn't sound all sweet and like rainbows and, that doesn't, that's actually horrible, man, because of all the judgment that's going to be coming. It's going to be a day of very darkness, man. So much so that it says these near death scenarios is going to be happening. All right, as if a man fled from a lion and a bear met him. People are going to be running into one, terrible situation, basically back to back, one right after the other. No escape. Whether that's being people thrown into concentration camps, or whether people being actually, torn to pieces, by wild beasts, because that's what's going to happen in these last days too. And even avoiding all those situations, ultimately, the nuclear missiles, man. All right, the destruction of World War III. The missiles is going to get a lot of people. That's the that finisher. It's going to finish off the people that are wicked. All right, people are not going to be able to rest, man. They're going to be seeking rest, trying to find a way to get out of all the hell that's coming on the earth. But they're not going to be able to escape it. All right, let me get this precept here. This is This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So there are spirits that are actually controlling certain events and certain judgments and punishments that happen upon people. And who sent these spirits? That's the Lord. The Lord is the one that controls all things. All right. And even these angels on the left hand side that brings evil upon people. All right. Which is just a bad time, which is set up for judgment. Whether people, people's houses get blown away in some tornado, or if people get, destroyed in a forest fire, a tsunami sweeps a whole city. That's all the Lord, that's sending these spirits to create these situations, these scenarios, because it says what? To appease the wrath of him that made them. All right, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because it pleases the Lord when judgment goes out upon these wicked people. All right, and it says there's a time for it, all right, in the time of destruction. So when that time comes, nobody's going to be able to escape it. If they're set up for judgment, that's what's going to come. All right, it says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. So the elements, and we've been seeing a lot of storms. We've been seeing a lot of earthquakes, right? A lot of what people call natural disasters, which is really the Lord. All right. We've been seeing those things take place. Okay. Why? It's not for no reason. It's for judgment. All right. For vengeance. The scriptures tell you that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Okay. So it appeases the wrath of the Lord, man. All right. These same scoffers, these same wicked people, getting judgment, that's pleasing to the Lord. Okay, look, it says teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. So yeah, these wild beasts, they're going to come out, man. Let's get a scripture on that. Okay, because these wild beasts, they're set up in these last days, to bring the Lord's judgment, man. It's going to be terrible. Right, this is Jeremiah 15 and verse 3. It says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord. The sword to slay. All right, so yeah, a lot of people are going to be taken out with the sword. You're going to have a lot of people going at each other's necks in these last days, all right, fighting over food. You're going to have these people fighting over any, type of resources in these last days, because there's going to be a lack. There's going to be scarcity, especially in these cities, these major main cities. It's going to be hellholes, okay, with famines, with martial law. You're going to have law enforcement cracking down on the people. All these horrible situations in these end times. Okay, why? Because it's the end. It's the time of judgment. So you're going to have Esau rolling through the streets, all right, the so-called white man, these Edomites, with their militaries, and people are going to be put down, man. But look, it says also, and the dogs to tear. All right, these wild dogs. You got these, wild beasts that's out in the countryside. You got these all these wild beasts in different various places. They're going to come, in certain places, and they're going to destroy people, man. Literally tear them limb from limb, whether it's bears, lions, or people's pets, wild, just turning on them. These things are going to come, all right? And it says, and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. You see, so because those are some gruesome and horrific ways to go out, man. And the Lord's going to see it that there are those people that are going to go through this in these last days, man. All right, even the birds of heaven, which the scriptures tell you, they're going to feast on the flesh of these people that are, that die in, in war. Let's see what if I can get that. I know it's from Revelations. All right, because in a result of World War III, you're gonna have a lot of people and a lot of these military men. Their bodies, they're just gonna be lifeless. All right, they're just gonna be their rotten flesh. Hang on, stand the sun. All right, the Lord is gonna use these animals. All right, I found the scriptures, Salakia. All right, I got it. This is Revelations, chapter 19, and verse. I'll read the point in verse 17. All right, it says, "And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great." It says, yeah, so what's going to happen is that as a result of World War III and these nations and their armies go into war, all right, throughout all that conflict and all the destruction and all of the slain bodies lying lifeless, these are, birds, the fowls of the heavens, they're going to come down and start feeding on the flesh of these, these soldiers, these military men, all those that have gone and fought in this war. All right. All these nations and their military men, they're also going to all band together and try and fight against the Lord, man. I wish that's going to, the Lord is going to annihilate them. They're all going to be totally wiped and destroyed, man. All right. So all of these different types of nations, armies, and military men, they're all going to be destroyed. It's going to be that great meat grinder. All right. And these animals, these wild beasts, they're going to feast. All right. What do you think is going to happen to all those dead bodies that are fighting in World War III? What do you think they're just going to be buried? Like, you think all of them, no, some of them, a lot of them, are going to be feasted on by these wild animals, man. So this is the time that we're coming into, man. But the elect, the scriptures say that the elect, they're going to be protected from all the wild beasts. All right, let me close with this. All right, what's written in Job chapter 5 and verse verse 22. I'll start from 21. It says, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, and neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh," right? Which is the elect, because the Lord is going to have that hedge of protection around them. All right. So all that, our adversaries, they're not going to be able to, get the elect. All right. Because the Lord is protecting them. All right. So it says, "At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee." You see, so that's the blessing of the Lord, man. Okay, to where when all hell's breaking loose and when chaos is in the earth, there's famines. All right, hey, the elect, they're gonna laugh at that. Okay, the elect are gonna have that preservation and protection of the Lord, and they're gonna be looked after, while other people are getting judged. All right, while other people are getting devoured by wild beasts. All right, but it says what? It says that they're gonna be, the animals and the wild beasts, they're gonna be at peace with the elect, though. You know, so that's the blessing of the Lord, man. That's gonna be coming in these times, man, for the elect. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. I want to say all praises be to Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, Wahar, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the elect. Shalom.